AWS optional for AD connector existing on AWS premises Active Directory. Description: use existing on-premises Active Directory domain services, add DS as an identity source for AWS services. Prerequisites: ADDS domain and existing on-premises Active Directory domain. Existing on-premises AD infrastructure: a functioning Active Directory infrastructure with domain controllers, DNS servers, and other necessary components. Use cases: migrate AD to AWS, extend your on-premises AD to the cloud for disaster recovery, hybrid deployments, or as a stepping stone to a full cloud migration. Use AD as identity source for AWS services. Enable single sign-on SSO to AWS services such as EC2, S3, and ING using your existing AD credentials. Steps: create VPC. Create a virtual private cloud VPC in AWS to host your AD infrastructure. Launch AD instance. Launch an EC2 instance in your VPC and install Active Directory domain services. Add DS on it. Configure AD. Configure the AD instance with your existing domain information, including domain name, forest level, and site configuration. Join EC2 instances to add. Join other EC2 instances in your VPC to the AD domain to provide them with authentication and authorization services. Challenges and fixes: AD replication. Maintaining consistent replication between your on-premises AD domain controllers and the AD instance in AWS. Use AWS Direct Connect. Establish a dedicated private connection between your on-premises network and AWS to ensure high bandwidth, low latency replication. AD performance: ensuring adequate performance for AD services, particularly if you have a large number of users or devices. Optimize AD instance. Select appropriate instance type, configure sufficient RAM and storage, and optimize the operating system for AD workloads. AD security: protecting your AD instance from unauthorized access and malicious attacks. Use security groups and use security groups to restrict inbound and outbound network traffic to the AD instance. Implement identity and access management to control user permissions and access to AWS resources. AD integration: seamlessly integrating your on-premises AD with AWS services. Use AWS Add Connector. AWS Add Connector provides a mechanism for synchronizing user identities and group memberships from your on-premises AD to AWS. This enables you to use your existing AD credentials for accessing AWS resources.